Any black family is better than the Beatles in music.
That's probably true. The Wootons.
Yeah, the Wootons clan.
Other ones I can't think of. Allman Brothers,
Noir?
Julia Mountain the Sun.
You got Noir.
Who's Noir? What?
Think about it.
Oh, Black Noir.
Oh, no, I meant NWA.
Oh,
But I was
Noir.
pronouncing it like a
They were in a
word.
family. They didn't get along.
Well, that's
That
just
makes
like
them
a
a fam-
family.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes them a family.
Yeah, people are like, the Ramones weren't even related. They actually were just four people forced to be together for life and deal with each other, even though they didn't really relate. Or it's like, well, come on, pal.
Come on, I mean, I still call my aunt every now and then.
Yeah, come on. It sounds to me like you got a classic New York family.
This is just a family.
If you're telling me there's 4 different dads for these 4 kids, classic New York family.
Listen, that's a modern family.
Yeah.
Where's Gloria?
That is true.
Where's Gloria?
It is true. 4 Jewish guys stealing Latin culture. 4 Jewish guys pretending to be something they ain't.
Stephen Levitan.
Yeah,
fucking-
those are all their names. Stephen J. Dubner, Malcolm Gladwell. Those are the Ramones' original names.
Oh,
No,
my
those
God.
guys could rock.
Oh my God. Do you have a pen?
Sure.
I gotta write all this down. Oh wait, it's being recorded.
Okay.
Give me a piece
No,
of
on my
paper.
way here, I passed by the Mag Bar. You know the Mag Bar?
I've heard of it before.
So Mag Bar, tell the people what the Mag Bar is famous for.
Being hit by vehicles.
Yeah, it's often hit by cars.
It's just such a strange. Like usually, like bars have a reputation of like, oh, that's like the metal
Best
bar.
Reuben in town.
Like, that's the place where they don't card.
Yeah,
You know, and it's like this is the
They
place
sing
that
Irish.
gets card.
Yeah, they get card. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe they hired a recently immigrated man who's like, they're like, you work the door.
Yeah.
You card.
You card.
Like, oh.
Oh no!
Yeah, that guy just didn't understand.
No, he got scared.
He recently had to move from somewhere.
This one didn't hit anything though.
No, yeah, so there was recently a car. I don't know about this. I just know it happened twice.
Yeah,
Or no, it happened.
it's
and then
happened way more than twice.
No, I mean in the past week.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I know it happened once. I didn't know there was a
You know
second
what?
time.
The other one actually I think was a different bar.
Okay.
I think I misread a post that said this bar has been mag barred.
This is how drunk everyone in Louisville is that they're getting they're
Yeah.
wrecking their cars drunk on the way to the
Yeah,
bar.
that's got to be great. That's got to be somebody's. Oh man, you think it's ever an AA meeting? Someone was like, "How'd you bottom out?" They're like, "I crashed into the mag bar,"
Into the mag
and
bar.
everyone cheers.
Yeah, they standing ovation at AA for the first time.
And you gotta assume the odds are some of those people were there.
Oh yeah,
So some of those people were like, "What car were you? You were the blue Subaru?"
I was there.
I was there. I was playing darts when that shit happened.
I got scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, that was wild. I remember that.
I have walked past a car.
You
to get
made the
into Mag
funniest
Bar.
face when you realized that you were inside a bar in your car. You should have seen your face.
You got
That
out of
would
the
be
car.
a great picture. That's like the Pulitzer Prize winning photo for Louisville. Is if you get a good high def photo of the person as they crash through.
Ah! And they get out of their car. Make it a single.
Yeah. I was just worried I didn't close my tab. Yeah, has it ever been? Do you know if there's ever been people from Magbar?
Like an employee?
No, like
It's late to work.
no, like someone. Well, it had to
I
be
couldn't
good, too.
find parking.
I'm gonna clock in real quick, then I'm gonna pull out and go park. I didn't want the system to think I was late.
Boss would hate if I'm late.
Yeah.
You know, boss man's checking those time cards.
No, I mean like someone from Magbar, like someone's drinking at Magbar, and they're like, "Well, I'll see y'all tomorrow." I think you've had enough. Fuck you.
I've never cut someone off so quick. It's like, well, they cut me off, and that's why I'm here.
No, it's somebody just doing the classic. Someone's like, promise me you're not going to drive, man. You've had too many. I'm not going to drive. I took an Uber here. Where'd that Uber driver go? Whoa, this crash put me in the front seat.
Jesus Christ, you put me in the front seat, fully seatbelted.
Yeah.
I'm not that drunk. I put my belt on.
Yeah. That would be, I mean, hopefully, I don't think anyone's ever been injured. But they do always hit, like, the door.
Yeah.
So you got to figure there's been a door guy.
And it's right next to the vending machine and the door guy. It's right next to where people congregate.
The vending machine. I don't know if that's the most dangerous area of the bar, the vending machine.
I'm just saying, people stand there.
That is true.
And it takes a long time at the vending machine.
Get those quarters.
Yeah, your quarters in, it won't accept your dollar. You got to do the whole flatten it out on the corner of the machine thing.
No, I'm surprised there hasn't been a door guy yet who's like, you don't have your ID, I can't let you in. ABC's been busting bars for letting people in without IDs. I can't let you in. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do.
There's nothing I can do.
I don't care if your buddy's vouch. Put your Facebook away. Yeah, I don't
care about your
need
Facebook
an ID.
birthday.
I need to see your ID. Then that person leaves, and then 2 minutes later, door guy's just like, what the fuck, man? They're just a local band, and they'll play again.
I will never.
They'll play.
Listen, Boner City's playing all over town.
You'll get to see Bungalow Betty again, man. They play a lot.
Go see him at Spinelli's. It's all ages.
That door guy's beard's caught in the fucking axle. And that's awkward because he's got that big old belly, so you can't move the car.
Yeah.
Because it's like the wheels aren't on the ground anymore.
No, he's
so
too
it's
fat.
like
it's all wobbly.
Yeah, might as well be parked in dirt. No, this is I was I drove here. So that just happened. Mag Bar's hot in the news.
Yeah.
And then, as we all know, across from Mag Bar is the I almost called it a hotel, the apartment building. That I don't know if it's occupied by homeless people or if homeless people just rent the yard.
Oh, that guy that never leaves that corner?
Yep.
Yeah, the captain or whatever. They have a name for him. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's great because it's like I've looked at those apartments before and they aren't like terrible. They're just like weird.
Yeah.
They aren't like terrible, but it is really funny that it's like, hey, you have this apartment, but just so you know, we lease we lease the patio to a bunch of homeless people.
It's just one homeless man.
Oh well, today it was a few, but historically, has he had a lazy boy chair?
Not historically, but recently he has.
Oh, okay.
In the past, I would say 6 months or so, he somehow acquired that chair, which is weird because
I haven't been going to the vending machine in longer than I thought.
He never leaves that corner. I've never seen him anywhere else, which means someone brought him that chair.
No, definitely.
Because he doesn't leave.
Someone was having like a manic, I'm in a Curb episode. And they're like, I'm going to get a homeless guy a chair.
I got to get this homeless guy a chair.
What's my B story? I'm wearing a hat. And then a week later, they're just like, all right, I took a nap and got some vitamin C.
I took some NyQuil, and I guess that was kind of a weird decision. But I guess he's got a chair now.
A chair now.
I still can't believe, no matter how hot it is, he wears like 5 layers.
He does. He was wearing a lot. Well, today, his chair is positioned in the shade, which is the first I had seen it. And he's just facing watching Magbar in a lazy boy. And then I was like, that is great.
Yeah, that's his TV.
His TV. He's like, you know what? People have been crack. This is like a hot week. He probably missed.
This is sweep.
Yeah. Do you think he missed the last one and he's like, well, I'm not missing it again?
I can't.
Or do you think he saw the last one and was like, that shit was so cool?
I'm not risking.
I know my mission in life.
I'm not risking missing another one. I have to watch it. I got to keep an eye on this. It's getting hot on the streets.
That would be great if the cops, we give him like a notebook and a pen and a big like detective monocle.
Like Pierrot?
Yeah, like Pierrot. And then we just We start calling in crimes to we start calling the cops to Magbar, and then we're just like, I've heard there's an informant. And then it's just a guy 24/7 in a lazy boy staring at the bar,
wearing 14 sweaters
with one of those hats that looks like you have two baseball caps put on opposite directions. We just get him that. We just get him.
We buy him that.
We just get him 2 free Louisville bats, giveaway hats.
No, one's a bats, one's a Louisville soccer.
We got him a novelty cigar. Bubbles come out of it. Let's give homeless guys yo-yos.
Yeah, give a homeless guy a pogo stick or something. They need more novelty things.
There's this like bad indie movie I saw years ago where it was like it was Jenna from The Office and her husband, or her husband at the time, who now makes all the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff and all that.
James Gunn.
James Gunn. The brother.
I was guessing. Is that right?
The brother of Kirk from Gilmore Girls.
Oh.
You can tell because inexplicably Kirk from Gilmore Girls is in a lot of the MCU. It's one of those ones where it's like, oh, this is a thing I should have just predicted. Yeah. These two are related. No, they made some movie where they're like dumb LA like yuppies, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna go around and give lollipops to homeless people.
That sounds fun.
Which exactly. That sounds like a fun thing to do. They were doing it as like, look how out of touch people are.
What's wrong with
But it's like, no, that sounds awesome.
What's wrong with giving someone a lollipop?
What's wrong with giving someone a lollipop? I don't remember the movie. There's probably more than just the setup.
I think the movie is called What's Wrong with Giving Someone a Lollipop.
I think it's called The Suckers. I'm just guessing that one. If there isn't one, someone should make a movie called Suckers.
Yeah. I've been watching that telemarketer show on HBO.
Derek's just been watching HGTV and thinks it's a witty satire. He's like, this is so close to the real thing.
I've been watching the Food Network. Thinking it's documentary now.
What is the telemarketer show?
It's about the company that basically like invented telemarketing fraud, where they call you up and they're like, yeah, I'm calling from the Fraternal Order of Police.
Yeah, I've done that job.
And, you know, and then they
Your boss gets mad if you use this lack of excitement.
Hey!
I've told you that anecdote where he listened on the calls and then called me in the office and was like, what's wrong? You're telling me you're going to fucking kill yourself?
Well, I am.
Well, I would like to.
I would love to.
This phone cord's too rough. I
can't find a way to tie this into a noose.
Every time I think I've got it tied, it unravels. There's more slack. I don't know why we ever went wireless. You lose them. You lose them more than you use them.
Is that one of the things I told you?
No, that's the thing I just came up with.
Okay.
No, it was cool because if you had the phones, you slap the end of a phone, an old phone on a thing, and then it pops up.
Yeah.
So you can and make a cool sound because it makes it ring.
Yeah.
So we would all do that after a call. You put the phone down and you go, all right, pa-ching! You feel like you're in Wall Street. Money never comes.
Money never comes. No money ever.
Wall Street, very little pay.
Very little pay.
Wall Street : before they started doing financial stuff there, and it was just a street with a wall.
It was just legitimate mortgages.
It was
like a farming family.
It was a place to keep pigs out of the city. And then now look what's there. Financial hogs.
That's true. They are hogging all the finance.
I was at the fair yesterday, and I saw the pigs. We were there the day the pigs were there. That lady just waved to me through the window.
That happens all the time.
When she looked away, she didn't wait to see if I'd wave.
Well, she didn't need to. She just wanted to wave at you.
She's a giver.
She doesn't receive.
She's a giver.
She's a top when it comes to waving.
Yeah. You know, I was at the fair, and they don't tell you what days what animals are there.
Yeah.
So we're there, sheep and
pigs.
They
don't even tell you when it starts.
No, you gotta
smell it in the air.
Yeah, you just gotta. You suddenly just go, I would like a fried donut burger.
You know what? Corn dogs.
Yeah.
G says I'm not American because I've never had a corn dog.
Corn dogs are good.
I don't think I need to eat one.
They're fine.
I think I've made it to 30 without.
It's weird that's an American food.
Because it has corn in the name?
Well, no, because it does make sense. Because it's a hot dog and it's corn, like, based. very American.
Yeah, those are both American.
But at the same time, it's like it's an efficient street food.
It's true.
That's not American.
Are you saying our street food is inefficient?
Oh yeah.
I don't think our street food is inefficient at all.
Compared to
Although I think all street food is inefficient now because we have these fucking food trucks where they're like, "Do you want a bowl of ramen from my truck?" It's like, no. I don't want to eat ramen on a 95-degree day outside.
You don't like
on like sitting on a curb.
You don't
no,
like
I don't want that. I don't want your pho.
I love the tuna tartare truck. No, man, but I guess not. Corn dog, you eat it. It's got a stick.
What is a traditional American street food even outside of hot dogs?
I guess nothing. I guess you're right. I guess you're right.
I am right.
A bread bowl.
A bread bowl.
Who came up with the bread bowl?
Me.
No way.
I was 3 pitching to Panera.
Bread bowl, so what? I can eat it after I smoke the weed? Oh!
Joey Panera, top that. You sold or not?
This guy, who's like a fat stoner we know.
Oh,
We have Indianapolis's Patrick Murray here. This guy looks like he ate the bowl after he smoked it because it was a bread bowl.
Well.
All right, last joke.
Last joke, everybody knows the rules.
That's a roast. That's an official roast. All right, next round.
It would be interesting to make a bowl out of bread. Because it would sort of toast the bread. It would have to be sort of like you can't put a whole lot of wheat in it because then the bread would burn.
I feel like we've made this joke before, but you think a baker is ever like, fuck, I'm out of dish soap and all my dishes are dirty. I guess I'm eating ice cream out of a bread bowl. I guess it's salsa and chips out of a rye bread bowl. Because somebody didn't fucking start the dishwasher.
No one cleaned up at this Fazoli's.
Yeah.
That should have been another idea that I brought to my private Fazoli's.
Your private Fazoli's.
My pirate Fazoli's. There's bread bowls.
Yeah.
They don't do bread bowls at Fazoli's, I don't think.
Because that's great, because then you only need
you can cut down on dish costs.
Yeah,
entirely.
you just need a piece of paper.
Yeah, you just need a piece of paper.
You just need a piece of wax paper to set everything on.
Yeah.
That's what I like, is getting like a, $12 meal. And they go, all right, and for stability, a piece of wax paper. I'm like, oh, dude, you're really trusting the baker.
I was talking to my mother earlier today, and she went to Lonnie's, that place that I told you about.
The Chicago, I thought they closed.
No, they're still open.
Oh.
They'll never close.
What do you know?
No, they just stay busy. Every time I go in there, it's busy.
Not even through this alleged next wave of COVID.
Yes. Is that really an alleged thing? Is there another wave coming?
Oh yeah. People think. I keep seeing conspiracy layouts.
Radical,
timelines.
dude.
No, it has started. So I'm surprised. I'm surprised your flight attendant people don't know, or she hasn't mentioned.
She doesn't pay attention to anything. She just puts like a sleep mask on.
No, universities and hospitals are starting to talk about it.
Universities?
Yeah, because there's all these students are back, and they're like, "Oh, maybe kids should wear masks in school."
Why?
Because COVID's coming, dude. They're trying to shut down small businesses. They're trying to get us another one. How funny it would be if they gave us like a corrupt vaccine they gave everybody, and they fucked up and it like didn't work.
They had to be like,
shit. Fuck.
All right, guys. It's like you tell a girl you got tested, and then a couple days later you're like, ooh, it burns a bit.
All right. Well, you didn't have to make it dirty. We're trying to talk about the global elites poisoning the human race.
Would have the opportunity to like have their cake and eat it too. Like they can shit on Marjorie Taylor Greene, being like, "You're stupid. That's what that's the opposite of everything the Republican Party."
I don't think the Democrats have any more cake since they invited Lizzo to all those events.
They've had too many Lizzo events.
Yeah.
she ate through all the cake batter when she got that flute.
She got
Thomas Jefferson's flute or whatever.
You get her up in the White House, we're gonna have another housing market collapse because she's gonna fucking step on a roof.
Building's old.
She's gonna sit on a roof.
Thing's old.
It's fun to have that back.
But they
calling a lady fat in a mean way. That's fun to have back in the culture.
I know.
That's cool that it's like Lizzo's like, I'm gonna lead the way and be the one fat person who's like cool.
And then everyone is just like fat.
And then everyone's like, well, you know what else we could use? If we have one fat person to cheer, it'd be cool if we had one fat person to boo also.
Yeah. We all come together.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You needed someone to, you know what I mean?
It's got to be both sides of the coin.
You got for every somebody, there's an Ariel Pink. I don't know who the somebody
I don't
is.
know who the somebody is. Yeah.
I assume there's a version of that people like.
Yeah. John Maw.
Bad example. That guy got canceled for reading books. You're like,
literally.
You're like, you're canceled. And you're like, here's a 12-page essay, apology. And they're like, we don't want to read this. You're canceled.
Listen, that's a lot of words.
This is too many words.
It's a lot of words, brother. Let's just wait until you put out another album.
We're just going to let people vote on it.
They all unanimously said yes.
I'm surprised that that's never happened with one of these things. But him specifically, I could see it. Where a festival is just like, we're going to let people vote on whether or not we remove this guy from the lineup.
They should do that.
They legitimately should.
You have to have bought a ticket.
You have to bought a ticket. Look, that guy's stealing your neighbor's stuff.
I think, is it because my neighbor's black? And
no, I just don't know who your neighbor is. I don't know. That guy's not black, is he? Let me get out my gradient. Let me get out my gradient app.
Half black, half white. I've met the man's mother.
My Google Lens. No, that was my question. So this man, the people can't see.
Yeah.
The people can't see. All our listeners are blind.
And he's a veteran.
No, so there's
hating on a lot of different people.
I'm not hating on anything. I was going to say he has a cool car.
His car is very cool. The steering wheel is on the wrong side.
What?
Yeah.
Well, we got to explain. No one knows what we're looking at.
It's
we sound like this is a podcast made by two babies telling their mom their thing they saw. There was a guy. He had a box.
He had a box.
It might have been his box. I don't know.
And it was
a big car.
Big
car.
I don't know what kind of car it is, but it's a nice.
No, it's like raised. It's real tall.
Now you sound definitely like a baby.
Eric said he couldn't drive. We're doing it at Eric's place, and he's like, I can't drive here because my car has a flat tire.
Yeah.
And then I pulled up jokingly, imagining that's Eric's car. Because imagine like a monster truck as a flat, and it's just parked outside with one bum wheel.
Gravedigger had a flat.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a funny look. That's cool. So you've ridden in that?
Yeah.
What was the weather like up there?
It's
a tall car.
It was great. No, he gave me a ride somewhere. He wanted to go as well. It was somewhere anonymous, maybe.
Oh, okay.
But we stopped somewhere so I could get.
Someone's listening to this and is like, "Wait, I know where Eric's girlfriend lives. My friend lives over there, and he has a tall car. Oh my god!" None of Eric's neighbors listen to this. Oh, you'll be fucking ran out.
But we made a stop at a store so I could get some smokes first, and this dude came into the store we were in, and he was shirtless, and he kind of just looked around for a little bit and then left.
Yeah.
And he got real suspicious because someone shot at him not that long ago.
No, that's no good.
In the back parking lot.
Yeah.
They were trying to steal his car.
Really?
And,
well, he probably doesn't like that some stranger is just staring at his car through a window.
No. Hey, man, you're with me.
His girlfriend just hears me and she's just like, that guy with the mustache was really into your car.
You might want to shoot him. You got a clear shot through the window.
I want to preemptively shoot him.
You got a clear shot through the window. Get him. So yeah, did I tell you about that?
They've been recently shot at?
I didn't get shot at.
No, that he had. Yeah. I know you weren't shot at.
Somebody came knocking on these big front windows and they were like banging on the window. And they were like, hurry. And I was like, bitch, I'm not fucking hurrying anywhere. Quit knocking on the goddamn window. And I get up to the front door, and they're like, "Someone's stealing your upstairs neighbor's car." And I was like, "Oh shit! I should have hurried."
You should have hurried.
So I go up there and I'm banging on his door.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Hey man, somebody's trying to steal your fucking car." And so he like turns around and runs back inside and comes back out, and he's got maybe I shouldn't say
A big
this.
mace.
He's got his gun in one hand and he's holding his baby with the
Oh,
other.
okay.
And I go, "Give me the baby."
Yeah.
And then
And then he gave you the gun. And then you went, what? And then he went, my priorities are weird.
I have a family.
He's like,
You have to defend me.
No, I meant because he calls the gun baby. I've had it longer. I've had my kid.
And so I'm like holding the baby, and it's like a while, and I'm like, she tells me that fucking, she's like, "I think everything's fine, you know, like let's like go up front."
I think you did this as an excuse to ditch that kid. That guy's halfway to the next county, and you got a kid.
She was like, "Let's go out front. He might be locked out, you know, like let's go up front." And so we're standing there, and I'm just like holding the baby, and I'm like, I don't really know what's going on. And then we hear from the backyard just bang, 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 bang. And we're like, let's go back inside.
Okay. The block is hot.
And then, so yeah, we were at that store, and he's like convinced that these people like knew him from that, and that they have like beef with him.
It's hard to hide a tall vehicle.
I know his vehicle is so
Quick,
unique.
go behind those. Never mind.
His vehicle is so unique.
Yeah.
And so we're in there, and he's like, "No, they're just hanging out by my car. I don't want to go back out there." And I'm like, "I don't know, man. You're probably overthinking it." And he's like, "I don't think I am. I don't want to kill someone today. So let's just hang out for a minute." And then he ends up like calling the cops, and they've like walked away, and they're doing the worst job ever of hiding around a corner. Like they have like their head popped around like cartoon characters.
You can see a guy's arm holding a mirror. His arm has a big mirror.
Like they're just like, "What?"
They've got all three heads. They're like stacked.
Yeah, it's like fucking, it's ridiculous.
Like the cover for a Full House DVD.
So, but then they see that he's like on the phone, and so they all like run off, and I'm like, "Oh shit, they actually were about to steal your fucking car."
Yeah, they want his
Like,
car.
mug us.
It's a nice car. I might, depending on timing when I leave here, if they're...
He's committed to that car.
Because they're moving boxes, and if I can time it right.
If you could time it just right.
I can time it right.
But you would fuck up and you get in the wrong side.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
That's how dumb they were, by the way, is that...
That's how dumb these burglars were. They didn't expect it to be a British-raised Jeep.
No, because they like...
Got a British-raised
They like
Jeep.
ripped out on the passenger side of this specific car. They like ripped that down and were like trying to find wires and shit to highwire.
Yeah.
It's like, no man, it's on the fucking side with the steering wheel,
Yeah.
you fucking moron. Also, there's thousands of dollars of welding equipment in the back. Why don't you just grab those?
Well, why
and
is it
fucking
like
go?
that? Why did he make his car
I don't
European?
think he made it that way.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he made it at all.
Oh, yeah,
I
really?
don't think he had anything to do with the manufacturing.
This seems like a car that you have involvement in. I'm just going to say, I haven't seen this stock.
No, I've never seen that car before in my life.
I've never seen a raised Jeep with the wrong side driving thing.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's why he's moving.
Well, I keep calling it a Jeep. I guess you
It's
can.
not a Jeep. I don't know what it is.
Four-wheel drive. It's a four-wheel drive.
It's a four-wheel drive.
Yeah, there you go.
That's enough information.
He's moving. So now no one will know. Well, there he goes. Then he like comes to say goodbye, and we're like recording, and he just gives you like his new address. He's like, yeah, from now on I'm living here, and I'm going to park around the corner here.
I'll be living at 12,
And I'll be able to keep an eye on it all hours of the day, except for 7 a.m. to 8 when I take my morning shower. In the winter, I like to take the shower, and I like to heat up the car, so I'll put the keys in. Anyways, Eric, I'm off to my new place.
I'll see you.
12,
12,
17, 3.
12, 12, 17, 34,
It's a long
93,
address.
and a quarter.
2nd Street.
No, he's moving way out somewhere. He wanted somewhere peaceful because he's got a kid and shit, you know.
Yeah.
And he got freaked out. He's like legitimately like, they're coming for me.
Yeah.
Like, I think you might be getting paranoid.
So he's a military man?
He was in the Marines.
Do you think it's like do you think it's military related?
I think it is military related. I think he has some secrets.
That would be pretty wild if stuff like that happened. To where, like, instead of, like, going after the U.S., they're like, you know what? There were, like, these 5 guys in camo who kept fucking with our village. It's like, yeah, no, we were just, like, it was my job. We were stationed there. I wrote down your names. I'm going to find you.
There's been a lot of law breaking going on. I watched someone get arrested just yesterday.
What'd they do?
I don't know if you noticed all the garbage coming from the trash can around the corner. You can't see it.
Oh, I thought Halloween had just come early. People doing a little decorating.
But the guy who sells the pit bulls.
Yeah.
Someone came down the street and they were just freaking out. They were like, he was like smacking on people's windows and like just screaming. And then he came by and kicked that trash can over. And the guy selling the pit bulls, that was enough for him. He called the police. The guy who's breeding pit bulls in realistically probably a 1-bedroom apartment with 3 kids and 7 pit bulls and 2 adult pit bulls.
The pit bulls keep the kids warm.
That's their bed.
Yeah, they're all warm.
It's their bed as they just the puppies gather around them.
Yeah.
And so the cops come and they've got him on the corner there, and they've got him like in cuffs. And I went outside to go smoke and to watch. You know, white eyes can change a crime.
Oh yeah,
it can change an arrest. You know, I had my phone out. I'm recording.
I'm recording this. Just so you know, I'm recording this.
Just so you know, sir, I am recording this.
And then the cops look over and they realize you're doing a bit, and they're like, "Oh, this guy doesn't give a shit."
This guy's great. You want to come over and punch him? That was funny.
Doesn't give a shit. A cab, and they get pissed, and then they look over, and you're smiling, you're doing like, I'm fucking with you. You boys are all right in my book.
Yeah. Blue lives matter. I keep the thin blue line too. Do whatever you want to that black man. I keep secrets.
You're filming, and you're just like, I'm filming, so
I can laugh at it later when they beat the shit out of this guy.
I'm filming, so if anyone else comes up to film, I can be like, I've got it, and they can leave.
And they can leave.
And then I can just delete the footage.
And then I can delete the video at the end of it. Yeah. I'm trying to look out for my boys in blue.
Cops should have that as a guy who shows up and he's just like, don't worry, liberals, I've got it.
I've got it.
I'm antipolicestreamer.com.
Wearing a Bernie Sanders shirt. Yeah. Don't worry, folks. Everything's under control.
I'm the anti-police streamer.
You got a GoPro on your head.
Yeah.
Hand your phone.
He's winking at all the cops as they pass. The guy gives him back his keys that he had left at his house. No, man. So you're filming it. So why the cops arrest him?
I wasn't really filming it. Well, because he was making a public disturbance.
You can't knock over a trash can.
Well, he was also threatening to like fight.
He's like, officer, I just had my first kiss. I feel so alive. I just was walking around the street trying to tell people I was knocking on doors.
I'm in love.
I'm in love.
I met my soulmate finally.
And then I tried to do one of those like heel kicks, and I fucked up and I hit a trash can. I'm sorry.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
Now 7 pit bulls are barking at me.
I fell into the puppy cage.
Officer, certainly something's illegal there.
I don't know. Can you just do something? Ask him 2 questions, and I think you'll be able to find a reason to arrest him.
Yeah. First off, no one needs to breed dogs, period.
No.
Second off, don't breed the one that's like no one likes.
No, I wanted to go up to him and show him the Humane Society thing and be like, by the way, you know that the Humane Society is just the Humane Society for pit bulls now, right?
They give
them away for free. And you're selling them? I saw him make a sale.
Did you?
Yeah, he sold one of those fuckers for $300.
Oh, damn. That's good cash. I bet those dogs are loyal, so they run back.
I also saw him talk to the cops, and the cop pulled over and was like, I think basically the bit we were just doing, she kind of just came over like, I don't know, man. Like, I think I need to talk to this guy.
I need to just, I don't know.
I don't know what's wrong yet, but I think I'll figure it out pretty quick.
We haven't got a lot of complaints, but we have got a lot of calls.
just general calls.
A lot of people have just called to be like, hey,
I don't know, man. Like, he's selling dogs.
have you seen this? Yes. A lot of people call and they just sort of end up by going, I mean, I guess, I don't know, just whatever. I just thought you should know.
I wanted to tell somebody.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who else to call. I don't have a lot of friends.
Yeah. Everyone in my neighborhood just shoots at me.
Everybody else is trying to mug me.
He was trying to steal my damn car.
Why don't they go mug these pit bull puppies?
You should go
That
out.
would be funny if, like...
You should go out when he's about to leave and take, like, with a piece of duct tape, with, like, a roll of duct tape, and just suspiciously put, like, a duct, like, tape thing on the bottom of his car. You just get, like, a piece of plastic and write, GPS tracker. But do it really obvious so he catches you, and then he's like, oh, that's a funny bit. That's a pretty good bit.
But yeah, so they're arresting him, and the guy was like, the cop was like, so what's going on, man? Like,
you hate trash.
Well, I guess you like trash. He wants it to be free.
He wants to be free.
He wants to free the trash.
What's going on, pal?
He's like, so, like, what's going on, man?
How often do people actually give it or don't answer just a crazy schizophrenic answer? You know what I mean? When a cop's like, hey, you knocked on a bunch of people's doors and kicked over a trash can. What's going on? Well, work has just been a bear this week.
His answer was somewhat reasonable, where he was just like, I just get so angry sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I just get so angry. And the cop was like, all right, well, like, how long have you been angry today?
The cop's like, I mean, this is going to sound silly because I vote Republican, but this seems like it should be the job for, like, a sort of community mental health advocate.
No, that's what he is. You'll see.
Just the cop looking at his gun being like, I feel like this doesn't have any use here.
I don't understand. I'm used to shooting you guys.
Who do I arrest? Your brain?
And he was like, so how long you been angry today?
Whoa, your neighbor's stealing that other car. Oh, wait, that's probably... Never mind. I thought he was just doing a little quid pro quo.
But, he was like, so how long you been angry today? And he was like, I don't know, man. I just get angry
How long
sometimes.
have you been angry today?
Well, and then he was doing a cop thing, because he backed him into, he's like, well, listen, man, we've been getting calls about you all the way up since 4th Street. Okay?
Whoa.
So, you've been knocking over a lot of trash cans, banging on a lot of
You know
windows.
you've had a bad day when they can track it geographically.
You have a map.
Yeah, they've got...
They can backtrack.
You
to
put a
where
bunch
it all
of dots
started.
on a map.
It's like, all right, so what
Create a
happened at
timeline.
3rd and Ormsby?
Yeah.
That made you so upset.
Because we have reports of you at 2nd and Ormsby dancing.
This is having a grand old time.
The guy took a TikTok video.
It's going viral.
It's going viral.
You're a star.
You're a star.
Don't throw it all away.
He's like, that's what happened on 3rd Street. All the vultures came trying to get a piece of my fame.
But, so then the two cops go, they put him in the car, and then they're conferring on, like, the corner there. And I'm still smoking. I can hear them talking.
And that guy's just like, this is what I wanted, some AC.
The guy was like, yeah, exactly. The one, but before he put him in the car, the one cop was like, listen, man, you can get into a shelter, you know, they'll give you help, you know, like, it's very easy to get help if you don't have somewhere to go. Trying to be nice, you know.
Yeah.
And then they put him in the car, and then I hear the one cop talking to the other cop, and I hear him go, like, I don't know why they're, like, speaking in hushed tones. I guess because I'm there, but, like, I can still hear them, so they're not very good at whispering. And he was like, so I think I'm just gonna drive him around a little bit. He'll get scared, and then I'll take him to the hospital.
I'm just gonna put on a scream mask and then not say anything, and then wait for him to ask me a question. And then I'm gonna turn around
Real quick.
real quick, and then scream mask.
And then he'll want to go to the hospital.
And then he's gonna yell.
You might hit me. So many opportunities here.
I'm just gonna put him in the back of the car, bust his chops, take him to the hospital.
Call his mom fat. I'm gonna do a lot of yo mama jokes.
I'm gonna go, hey, you know what I saw last night is Joe. Then he's gonna go, Joe who? And I'm gonna go, Joe Mama.
He's gonna get so pissed.
Yeah, he's gonna be like pissed. Hey, you'll never guess who I had sex with yesterday. It was
Your mother.
It was your grand. No, you say
grandmammy.
No, then you say you grand who? Your grand who?
Grand who?
Your grandmother.
Oh.
Yeah, you thought it was just a regular person's name.
No.
You thought it was a regular person's name named your grand who had sex.
No.
That's like a Swedish exchange. Your grand. I had sex with your grand at IKEA. Oh, what's your grand's last name? Mother. She's not even Swedish.
What the fuck?
No, Dan, so that's cool. So you think the cops got that guy the help he needed?
Yeah, I mean, they at least kind of tried.
They just drive by an hour later and you just hear the siren on.
You just see him getting shoved out of the car.
He's getting shoved out. There's a dick drawn on his face. He shaved one of his eyebrows.
He's got a big wedgie.
Yeah, he gave him a wedgie.
His head's all wet. I'm like, did they give that motherfucker a swirly?
What's going on here, pal? You think it's the police sirens, but it's just them going, ooh. They're scaring him. That is wild.
Then they drive half a block away. I see the scream mask thrown out the window.
Being a cop's wild. Well, we looked it up. We're supposed to tickle him. By the book.
We're gonna do this by the book. Get tickling, boys.
That would be great if that's like a Vice, because Vice was doing that stuff where they're like bringing down the Louisville Police Department.
Yeah.
And then there's just
It worked. We don't have one anymore.
We don't have one anymore. But then
now they just all they can do now is just drive people around and scare them.
they're like, oh, there was sexual assaults. There was like money extortion. Also, cops were bullying people who were mad. The cops would find a guy who's mad.
Cops were bullying the angry.
Yeah, find a guy having a bad day, and they'd mess with him.
I just think it's funny that like when there was a literal gunfight in the backyard. The cops showed up for probably 45 seconds.
Well, they're scared.
But this guy kicks over a trash can and starts yelling at people. They're like, we gotta make sure we scare this guy.
Yeah.
It's like, go scare those fucking 15-year-old kids who have guns somehow.
Quick, go down to the precinct and get me a bowl of cold spaghetti noodles, and I'll tell them it's worms.
Grapes.
I'll make him touch them and tell them it's worms. Quick, stat.
Didn't it have grapes in it or something?
No,
Like
I think
eyeballs?
grapes you tell people is eyeballs.
Oh, yeah, it was just grapes.
I
Not
never knew
spaghetti
that,
and
because I
grapes.
only saw that in shows where they were already showing that that's what it was.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that.
Yeah.
And if I did, why would you, that's not a thing. Like, if you're trick-or-treating, you're just on the front porch. So if there's just a big bowl of spaghetti, I've already seen it.
I've already eaten half.
I've already eaten half.
I got sauce from the house up the street.
And then also, like, if the guy who answers the door is like, all right, close your eyes and put your hands on this, I would just be like, listen,
And then you turn back, and then your parents go, yeah, do what he said.
Do what he says.
It's a holiday.
It's a holiday.
Do what he said.
It's time
Go with him into his garage.
It's time for you to learn.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's what... Oh, man, that would be so scary.
Putting your hand in spaghetti.
No, that's like a horror movie trope, I feel like now, is it'll be like that. They'll be going through a haunted house,
The horror
but
movies
it's
are too
really
smart
haunted.
now. I don't care for them.
No, but it'll be like... no, these are more like shitty horror movies. But it'll be like, oh, we're doing the thing where, oh, this person touched it in his spaghetti and this whatever. and then the last person goes, and then they pull their hand. They're like, oh, and they pull their hand out, and it's all cut up.
Oh.
And they're like, oh my God, there's razor blades in there. This haunted house must be evil. And it's like, yeah, or a wild prankster is one step ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
It's like how in Scotland they used to sew razor blades into their lapels of their suits. So when a guy would try and fight them and be like, get over here. They
really?
Slice their hands all up. Yeah.
That's what I do so that people don't take down my posters.
Just put a razor blade
I put a tape razor blades to the back of them. So that if people grab it.
Try and grab
Yeah, if anyone tries to pull it off, it'll cut their hand.
If your ex-girlfriend
and then I'll have their
at
blood.
Her 19th job in Louisville and wants to rip your poster
No,
down.
that girl died. I haven't seen or heard of her in years. Hey, if anyone cuts people's hands with a razor blade, it's not me.
It's not me, I promise.
That's my new drama. I get canceled for that.
Dan's been cutting people.
Dan's been fucking putting razor blades behind posters. Half the time people are ripping them down because it's a month old.
That would be
They're like, they aren't even ripping them down out of anger. They're trying to put up a new one.
They're trying to put up a picture for their lost dog.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It would be funny if some celebrity well, I guess this is actually...
I'm flying and I keep going to get like the tape out of my pocket.
I just keep cutting
fuck.
I guess this did kind of happen with Alec Baldwin, where like he just like killed someone, and they're like, he's canceled.
Yeah, he did. He got canceled.
It's like, yeah, man, I think we can all agree on that one.
I'm watching 30 Rock right now.
So am I. She's never seen
Really?
it, so we've been going back through it while we play darts.
Heck yeah. Where you at?
He's still with Selma Hayek.
Oh, okay. We just started season 4.
Okay, so you're ahead of me.
What a show. No, but I haven't, until you brought this up, I forgot Alec Baldwin killed a person.
I know.
I've just been distracted by
Still hasn't faced any consequences,
No.
I don't think.
If you look in season 3, he gets really fat at one point. Keep an eye out for that. I noticed. I've never heard anyone talk about it. But there's this one specific shot of him, and he just has a white dress shirt, no jacket.
Yeah.
And I rewound it, and I was like, "Good God, this guy's fat."
Yeah.
And Whitney's like, "I don't need to see this." And then she's like, "I don't care. Don't rewind it." And then she looked up and went, "Oh wow."
He is fat.
Yeah. They could have him be the whale.
Can I ask you a question as a woman? Sure, Jack. Are you going to alter your voice or clothing in any way?
Yeah. The king, Dr. Spachemin. Between my medical practice and this job, I'm swamped. They should pay that guy $1 million a year.
He should just get $1 million a year.
That's so funny.
What's that guy's name?
Rick and Morty. His name's Dan Morty. No, his name Chris Parnell.
Yeah, Chris Parnell.
He's dad.
I didn't realize that until you said his name is Rick and Morty.
He does dad.
He is dad.
He's dad.
He dad.
The parents on Rick and Morty are him and Sarah and
Chalk.
Yeah, so finally it's like,
and you know
move over, JD. Dr. Spachemin's the new.
Dr. Spachemin's fucking woman.
Dr. Spachemin's Elliot's new lover.
Yeah, she transferred to veterinary practice.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever taken that step sort of back? Like you're a doctor and then you're like, you know what?
I bet.
I'm gonna chill out. I'm just gonna be a vet.
People suck, man. I'm dealing with horses.
I'm dealing with fucking... I'm gonna professionally kill cats
That'd be
and
pretty
dogs.
cool. I bet that happens. I bet there's that'd be a good episode of Northern Exposure. So that is a 90s show where a fish out of water.
I know what the show is about. I just never watched it.
I'm telling it for the viewers of Northern Exposure. So they can be like, that is what it's about. No, but he's a doctor, and he has to go up to Alaska for a residency. So the state of Alaska will pay for his medical shit.
Yeah.
But they could probably do an episode where it's like, oh, the only vet is in a coma or asleep or something.
We got to get a real doctor to do
The
this.
moose is sick.
Guest star Sarah Chalk.
No guest star. It's this doctor.
Oh.
He's like, fuck, I got to learn how to treat a moose.
Well, how different can it be? immediately just kills the moose.
Immediately the moose is dead. The rest of the episode's about his side character opening a moose barbecue. The rest of the episode is Marilyn laughing at him for killing a moose. Marilyn was the chubby Native American woman. She was the comedic relief.
That sounds about right. Well, it wasn't everybody the comedic relief?
Kinda.
Wasn't that show a comedy?
Yeah.
It's like saying Peter Griffin, he's sort of the comic relief
Sort of
on
the
Family
comic
Guy.
relief. Dude, Peter Griffin, man.
Remember when he fought the chicken?
I was just about to say, do you think he ever got that chicken?
Get that chicken. Dan
Chicken.
got a very important text.
No, I was making a note to watch Peter Griffin YouTube videos.
Peter Griffin Best of Volume 1.
Stewie is mean. Compilation.
Volume 2.
Volume 2. Volume 2, capital funny. All caps, funny Family Guy video comp. Brian.
.avi.
Yeah. Views 6 billion.
I really want to start a compilation channel. Just get some of that easy money, man.
That would be awesome.
I would be.
How fun would that be?
Be a Vietnamese child.
Yeah.
Making a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Putting together clips of Tom Segura fucking his wife or whatever the hell
Yeah,
that
that's what they
podcast
do.
is.
That's what they do.
That is rough. I think the comedy world is coming around on Bert Kreischer.
No, the comedy bubble is, if you follow
It's
our
coming
stand-up, it's fascinating. Because most of the posts now are just people being like, hey, I've seen all of the big comics live this year, and our show's always this, like, bad.
Yeah.
And it's just people being like, hey, I'm a huge fan, and I saw whoever, and it wasn't that good.
Yeah. No, it's coming, baby.
Yeah, I keep seeing a comment
But to
thread.
be honest, we were saying it was coming 10 years ago, too.
We said it before we started. Like, our view is like Comedy Central. How long is this going to last? A whole network for comedy? Come on, pal. Get out of town. A whole business based around comedy that has 4 shows a week. There's no way this is sustainable.
There's no way. Oh, South Park. Okay, fine.
Damn it.
I forgot.
No.
I forgot.
I forgot about South Park and comedy clubs.
And workaholics.
Workaholics. Those guys, more like slackaholics.
They don't like to work. It's
They
funny.
love hanging out.
It's very funny.
Kind of like us.
It's funny that they named the show that.
I should watch that show because those guys are kind of like me.
They're
In
just
that
like
they
me.
like to just hang out.
They hang out, get stoned.
Yeah, speaking of which. Can I do this in here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Can I fake smoke weed in here?
I was gonna tell you it was fine.
We're
'Cause I
good.
was gonna point at the bowl that was on the table, but Andrea moved everything.
Yeah, she ate his bread bowl.
My bread bowl.
Can I smoke weed in here? Yeah, can you see that Corel bowl of chili that's been out for 3 days? Clearly we smoke weed.
Clearly.
We've got an old chili bowl
Look at
left
the
out.
mold.
Yeah.
You can definitely smoke weed here.
Look at how much cheese and sour cream he put on that. That's not even gonna taste good.
It'll be gross.
You ever do that? You ever put too much sour cream on your chili, and then you're like, I created a new thing that's good but gross.
I don't put sour cream on my chili.
It's good, but you're like, this is a new thing that no one should see. I'm eating a decadent dessert.
You ever do like the peanut butter on a saltine and get some chili on it?
I've never done peanut butter in the chili, but I think it would be good. I
It is
get
good.
it. I
It's
get
good.
it.
I don't get it. I don't get why it works, but it does work.
I had just at the fair, I had
But I also eat bugs.
you eat bugs.
Brains.
That's why you got all these plants in here. When's the last time you ate brain? When's the last time you got some brain? That's probably a fun joke at like English speaking
At a
Mexican
quinceañera.
restaurants. Places where it's like we do authentic Mexican food, but everyone speaks English.
Yeah, El Mundo.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I got brain.
Dude, I worked there for almost a month. I didn't see a single Mexican person in the building outside of the people in the kitchen.
Well, that's where they're supposed to be. Not like that, but
Ah,
you're not going to be like, it's an Italian restaurant. Really? Like, yeah, the Italians work the marketing.
I want to open a meat and 3.
Yes.
That's my dream.
You know, I was thinking about the Olive Garden yesterday. I wasn't thinking about it. I was forced to think about it.
Why were you forced to think about it?
You think on Instagram popped up.
Oh, okay.
It was an ad for the first
advertisement?
ever Olive Garden. Or no, it was a news story. But I was like, this new place has opened. It's from the 80s.
Oh, okay.
The Olive Garden makes perfect. That's a really good name for like an Italian restaurant.
It is.
Because it's like it's evocative.
I like the
fresh
Macaroni
thing.
Grill more, but I think Olive Garden is fine.
The name.
I know the name.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the name still.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Macaroni Grill is pretty. Oh, they do grill macaroni?
Well, they have like oven baked pizza there too.
Ooh. No, but Olive Garden. Think about Olive Garden.
Actually, I don't think they do. I think they just have the oven baked
Yeah.
thing there, and I don't think they sell pizza.
Yeah,
I don't remember ever
pizza at an
seeing
Italian
anyone-
restaurant seems weird.
I don't ever remember seeing anyone eating pizza.
I'll have the eggplant
or-
parmesan. My wife will have the fresh seafood linguine, and our son's gonna have a big cheese pizza. Our son and our daughter are gonna split a pepperoni 6-inch. That's too
But
small.
they had the ovens.
Yeah.
I think it was just for.
I bet,
decor,
dude.
though.
I bet post service
Oh yeah.
those ovens are getting some za.
Those, yeah, they'd get definitely.
If you're the manager of a Carrabba's or a Macaroni Grill or whatever, Marconi, Enrico Marconi's grill, you're grilling a burgers, inventing the fucking radio or whatever he did. No, but Olive Garden, it's a great name.
Telegram, I think, is what he invented.
Okay, but I think like Olive Garden's a good name. But then, have you ever seen olives at the
In my martinis.
Really?
No.
I was about to say, yeah, that is. No, but I.
Well, what do you make
I've
wine
been to
out of? Olives.
That's true. I've been
You
to.
stomp the olives.
Do they? They don't even give you olive oil to dip bread in, do they?
They don't.
Yeah, like Olive Garden is the least olive. Because olives are like, they are a part of Italian cuisine.
Yeah.
And I have been places.
puttanesca.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've been plenty of places.
That word. But
Oh, I thought you were just doing an expletive. I thought you were just like doing
thought you were just
it,
yelling
doing
at
an
me.
Italian, like, fuck yeah.
You're just yelling at me in Italian. I'm
I
sorry.
thought you were doing like a woo. Abbondanza.
Babidi.
Yeah. No, but it's not like, I've been to Italian restaurants where they give you a little plate of olives.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, not a single olive.
They give you like 3 black olives in a salad. That's for a whole table.
That salad bowl is big.
Yeah, and there's only like 3 olives in it.
Yeah. I don't remember there being any olives in it,
Who
to be honest.
poisoned the garden? No, there is. It's olives,
salted-
tomatoes, onions, pepperoncinis,
Yeah.
croutons, and of
Lettuce.
course, lettuce.
And our house dressing.
And our house lettuce.
And yes, it is.
Yeah, they should call it the lettuce garden. They should call it the breadstick garden. That's what people like there.
Yeah. That is the only good thing they have. Although I will say,
No, isn't that weird?
the last time I went there, I got the tour of Italy.
Yes. That's the go-to.
And
The tour.
It was
Where'd you start?
It was all
Where'd you start?
Florence.
Ooh. Are those dishes from 3 different places?
I don't know.
That'd be really funny if they're like, they really did put a lot of thought into it. And they're like, well, yeah, no, in Northwest Italy they eat lasagna. Chicken parmesan's more popular in the
I don't
South.
think it was chicken parmesan. I think it was, or maybe it was.
I always thought it's Alfredo.
It's Alfredo, lasagna, and
chicken
something
parmesan.
else. It might be chicken parmesan.
Yeah.
Both of chicken parmesan and Alfredo. The Alfredo was almost. It wasn't inedible. I was just like, this is literally just noodles. Like, how is there so
Yeah.
much sauce on this?
They forgot the sauce.
Because there was a lot of sauce on it.
Oh, okay.
Like, it tasted like it had sauce on it. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah. Flavorful.
They weren't dry. They weren't dry noodles, but they were the opposite. No, they weren't flavorful at all. I was like, this is just wet pasta. It was grotesque. But then when I hit that lasagna, baby, I said, you know what? Next time I'm at the OG, I'm just going straight lasagna. 'Cause
That's what I always say about the chicken parm.
I don't remember enjoying the chicken parm.
I think they fucked up your tour of Italy.
I think I got
I
a bad
think they
tour
cut
guide.
your tour short because of COVID.
I got a bad tour
They
guide.
postponed the tour.
I bought a whole bottle of wine only for
Really?
them to fuck up my tour of Italy.
I said...
Wait, you two have a date night at the Olive
said,
Garden?
ma'am... No, this was a while ago.
This is just me.
This is just me, alone. I sat at the bar.
I used to go to the Olive Garden once a year because I would get a gift card. But those days are done.
Did your uncle die?
No, my ex-girlfriend's mom got us a gift card once. And then we went and we took a bunch of pictures to send them to her. And then her mom was like, wow, I guess they love the Olive Garden. And then she got us like 3 more gift cards the next years before we were like, why do you keep getting us Olive Garden gift cards? And she's like, y'all love it. You always take those photos. You look so happy.
It sounds like you do love it.
I do. I don't often on the road. If I'm like,
stop by an Olive Garden?
No, I'll think about it.
Long for the days of the Olive Garden.
Well, sometimes you're in town. You're like, I drove in the night before. I'm just hanging. Columbus, Georgia ain't got a lot going on.
No.
What should I get for lunch? I got plenty of time. Soup salad, unlimited. Some soup, some salad.
Doesn't sound the worst.
Doesn't sound worse for me.
Sound like the worst.
If I get Subway, it's $11. What's the Olive Garden? Probably $12 lunch.
$7.99.
$7.99.
I don't know.
Yeah, talk him into going. Oh, I've never had wine. Can I go here's free?
Can I sample
Can
all
I
of them?
sample wine?
Can I sample every single wine?
No, I think about that a lot, but I've never done it. You know, next time. If you come see me next month in Iowa,
I will
might
be
eat
at
an
the Olive Garden. The Olive Garden. Because listen, I know how your town is. There's just the Olive Garden. It's not like here where you say, I'm going to Olive Garden. No one knows where you're going.
Yeah.
We got at least 6.
You've got the one across.
We're a big city.
You've got the one in the city, which is far, and then you have the one outside the city, which is close.
I want to go back to the old spaghetti factory.
I went there once, or no, I went to Buca de Pepo's once.
I've
never been to the old spaghetti factory other than to when I used to do DoorDash. Or Grubhub, people would order that all the time.
To go Italian.
To go, and it's like a decadent place. It's like it's one step away from getting like Benihana's to go. It's like part of the appeal is sitting in the trolley, isn't it?
And get the spumoni.
Yeah, part of the appeal is having all these annoyed like high school kids wearing funny outfits.
Yeah. Now, I remember I was at work one time and someone was like, she had like a kid who was in like 2nd grade, and they were like, yeah, they're gonna go see a play.
Ooh.
I think they were gonna go see Dracula. Or
Ooh,
something.
Scary.
And she was like, yeah. And
Were the cops taking them?
And before that, all the kids are gonna go have lunch at the old spaghetti factory. And I was like, that's decadent for a child.
Oh yeah.
Take them to McDonald's.
No, old spaghetti factory. You're a kid. You're out on the town. You're like, whoa.
That's also, imagine being the waitress for that table, 30 fucking 2nd graders.
I know.
And 1 adult.
My grandma told me.
1 adult, 2 adults max.
My grandma told me the story once. It's like my classy grandma.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I took your dad and your brother when they were kids. We went downtown to see some movie or some shit. And they were like, yeah. And then after, I took them to like this fancy restaurant. And then my dad and my uncle were like, oh yeah, that was wild. It was like so fancy and everything.
What was it?
And it was clearly like a good memory for them.
Yeah.
And then my grandma went, oh, that was horrible. I would never do that again. She's like, I go to this classy restaurant that like your grandpa and I go to. And then I take our 2 kids and they're just being fucking brats the whole time. They're like, we order them something and they complain about it. And then I'm like, can you just make them like peanut butter and jelly? Like, I'll pay whatever. Like, I'll
pay $50.
I don't care.
For 2 peanut butter and jelly
like,
sandwiches. Or if you want to watch these fucking demons, I'll just go to the grocery. I'll go to the Kroger around the corner. Fucking make it on my own.
I'll go to the Giant Eagle. I don't know if that existed back then.
When you were still waiting tables, did you ever have a parent pull the move where they bring in the Happy Meal for their kid?
Probably, but I don't, because I used to work at that hibachi place.
Yeah.
So I bet that people were like bringing in shit for kids there. But I don't know. Maybe not.
It never. It would piss.
Yeah.
It would piss my coworkers off if people did that, and I was just like, dude, they want to eat, and their kid isn't gonna eat this fucking Thai food. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
Like they just don't like.
Yeah. Like who gives a shit? Like, are you worried about the bottom line?
We do sell chicken nuggets, but it's not on. That's not listed on.
They
the
don't
menu.
know
I have
that
to
shit.
Tell them that.
No, I worked at that like classy restaurant, and we'd get like people come in and they'd be like, no one would be like, oh, my kid doesn't eat like fancy shit.
Yeah,
But
you were working breakfast, so it's just eggs.
No, I would
and
work
shit.
brunch and lunch too.
Oh, okay.
And then
Brunch and lunch? There's a differentiation?
well, on
between
weekends it's brunch, weekdays lunch.
Really?
Oh yeah.
that? So fucking
Weekends
stupid.
is one long service. You can get eggs up till fucking 2 p.m.
Whoa!
No, but people come in and they'd be like, oh, instead of being like, oh, my son's not classy enough for like a bison burger,
Yeah.
they'd just be like, my child's, he only likes ground beef. And do you have like a American cheese? Like, oh, so he just
You want a regular
you
cheese.
just want your kid's a basic bitch, and you're
Yeah.
just like going above and beyond that.
Yeah.
Like what my child likes is this will be off the menu, of
This will
course.
be, of course.
Do you have any bread you could perhaps cut?
Do you have a bread?
And put some cheese, heat it between the bread.
Heat the cheese between the bread,
Betwixt.
possibly with some mayo
Mayo.
atop both sides of the
This
bread.
grilled cheese has mayo on it. How you make your grilled? I've never been a grilled cheese guy, so I never have a system.
I'm not a big grilled cheese.
But I've
guy
never
either.
put mayo.
If I'm gonna make,
It
a
seems
grilled
like I would
cheese-
like it. I'm pro mayo.
You are pro mayo, and I'm anti mayo.
That sounds like
and
that'd be a
yeah,
law thing.
If I was gonna,
I'm pro mayo. Okay, but we're doing it pro bono also. If that's
I'm
the
pro
case.
mayo.
I'm pro mayo. It means I don't care if you're innocent or guilty. I just like to argue.
Yeah, I just like it's. I'm in it for the love of the game.
I'm doing this pro mayo, which means don't tell me if you killed her.
Don't fucking tell me. Blah 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 blah. But
Butter.
no, if
So
I'm
you
gonna
use
make
butter?
a grilled cheese, I'll throw some mayo on the
You
bread.
do mayo.
Yeah.
Do you do butter?
Weirdly enough, when I make a tuna melt, I do butter because I just made a tuna melt yesterday.
Tuna melts to me always sound complicated. People are like, I made a tuna melt. And I'm like, what? Like, you fucking scaled a fish? And then I realize, I'm like, oh, it's like the least classy thing you can make. It's
Yeah.
one step above Spam. Like, you might as well have been like, I made a hot Spam sandwich.
Hey now.
You're just pulling some meat out of a can. I heard,
Well, listen, I add things.
Subway
You know,
got in
you gotta-
trouble.
You gotta add the mayonnaise. I like to add some banana peppers.
yeah.
Maybe some onions if I got some around.
Ooh, red, white, blue.
It doesn't matter. Blue, it would matter because I'd be confused.
You never had a bad Vidalia?
I would prefer white, to be honest, but red does sound nice.
No, nice tuna melt.
And then, just throw some butter in the pan, plop it down, a little slice of cheese. Cheese never melts.
Why doesn't the cheese ever melt? Why don't you start eating the bread with the cheese on it before everything else?
That's an interesting solution, and I might try it next time.
Pan,
I appreciate
lid.
Pan lid?
Lid over the cheese.
Oh. Like, sort of steam it?
Yeah. Just throw a piece of cheese on the...
Yeah, steam
You ever just throw
cheese.
a slice of cheese on a frying pan?
Of course I have. I've done a lot of things in this life.
Have you actually done that? What happened?
It's just not good.
But can you, like, pick it off?
Not really.
It liquefies.
Kind of fucks up your pan.
Burns.
Tell you that much. I tried to caramelize onions one time, but I didn't know what that meant.
How did you... Oh, my God.
I just didn't
This guy's
understand.
out here with the fucking maple syrup. Is that really what you did?
Maybe.
Good grief.
Maybe.
Sugar?
I threw some onions in the pan. I let them kind of cook a little bit, and then I just dumped a bunch of maple syrup on top of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes more sense if I used caramel.
No.
I don't know where I got this maple
So
syrup.
you thought caramelized onions were like you go to a burger place.
I just didn't.
Hey, we're
understand.
the Riverside Burger Shack. You want caramelized onions? All right. Well, you want hot fudge lettuce? Caramelized onions. What's next? Whipped cream tomatoes?
I just didn't understand.
It's like sprinkle buns.
I just didn't understand it.
No, that makes sense. I always forget that you
It
don't.
fucked the pan up so bad that I just threw it out. I threw it. It was like I could not get like the shit off.
I
of
bet
it.
that had some pretty good flavor, though.
No, they didn't taste very good.
Oh, okay.
like 90% of that is because they were all stuck to the bottom of the
Man.
pan. Couldn't get them out.
At that burger place I used to work at, Grind, they had an old fashioned burger, like the drink old fashioned.
Yeah.
And they had
not like a burger that says the N word.
yeah, not your grandpa's burger. No, but so it had like onion. What would the onions be? Bitter or whatever the bitters.
Bitters, yeah.
Whatever the fuck is it? What,
Yeah, I mean, bitters are in an old fashioned.
yeah, so one of the things, but it was these onions, and it was just the grossest shit ever. And they're like, no, but in the context of the burger, it tastes like an old fashioned.
Like, that's not what I want.
It's like, nice trick.
It's not what anyone
hey,
wants.
you did it. You did a trick.
Dude, that place is
Hey, I
awful.
made an onion taste like a stop sign. Cool.
That place is awful, dude.
No, man, but the caramelized onions, that's funny because that's like, you
We
don't.
do a reverse sponsorship.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo Grind. No, man, it's too expensive.
All burger places are too expensive now.
Well, it's because they caramel.
Except for my all that caramel cost.
Yeah, the caramel prices. No, it's funny because caramelized onions, it's like you don't even need
That would be funny if there
anything.
was
Like you don't need butter or oil or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, you just cook onions for a long
Cook
time
them.
on a low heat, right?
I always thought you needed like a little bit of oil, and then my friend owned a grilled cheese place, and I saw him prep cooking a bunch of onions.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a game changer.
isn't that's all it is? Right?
Justin, you son of a bitch.
Whoa, hey, he taught you something new and nice. That was informative. It sounds like you can call him a son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. With your grilled cheese restaurant.
Is he still running that?
Yeah, but they went from a food truck to food truck and brick and mortar back to food truck.
Oh,
So you never know because it's like, I don't know.
is that a failure?
Is that a failure or a smarter success?
Sometimes a failure is just a smart success.
Yeah, because I bet if you have, yeah,
Something Jack Donahue.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean if you, oh my God, someone stole your neighbor's car.
Both of them.
Both of them.
They're both gone.
Do you notice he honked a little bit ago
Yeah.
when he was still here? Do you think he was honking to say goodbye to you or the house?
I think he was just
Or his
saying
kid?
to
His
the
kid's
car-
still up
His
there?
kid's still up there, probably. No, I think he was honking at the car in front of him and be like, all right, we're good to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because that would be cute if he was like, "Whew, we had to flee this place because of threats of violence, but I'll always miss it." Beep beep.
I mean, I'm sure he'll be back. I bet
One last little beep.
when I walk out that front door, there's still going to be a bunch of shit over there.
What if those 3 guys are there
I don't know.
trying to hotwire your trunk?
I have elaborate fantasies about if they tried to, because one of them was trying to mug me one time, but I just ran inside.
You recognize them.
Yeah. I've seen them around. They're general troublemakers. These people down the street, there's all these kids who hang out and like,
This neighborhood has troublemakers?
yeah, quite a few.
General?
But these
What? Well, I mean, I knew specific.
they mug people. They mugged the guy next door.
Yeah, but that's not general. That's specific.
Okay, so they mug people. I guess you're right.
Okay, it's not like they're also spray painting.
Well, they also steal cars.
Okay, well that is now we're getting the amount of
And if they're
crime.
graffitos, I don't know. They may be.
Graffitas. Graffitanda.
But yeah, I was. There's like a back pad, like not patio.
Yeah, maybe that guy wasn't trying to mug you. Maybe he was trying to spray paint your back.
No, he was like, I recognized him from hanging out with all those kids. They were all like 15, 16 years old. They're like kids.
Oh, but you weren't hanging out with them.
Oh no!
I thought you said that. The way you
From
said
when
that
I
was
spent my
like,
brief time in the
yeah,
gang.
you're like, I recognize him from when those kids went
I got out of
bowling.
that life, but
Yeah.
but no, he was like coming at me like this,
Yeah,
like walking,
as if his
swinging his shoulders.
as if his spine is a T shape,
Yeah.
and he has to move
Yeah.
by moving the T.
And so I was sitting on the back steps and I just stood up and he was like walking right at me and like staring at me. And then so I just got up and like walked inside and like as I turned around to like close the door, I just see him just turn right back around and start walking back in the other direction.
Oh,
I was like,
no.
oh yeah, that guy was definitely about
Yeah.
to try and mug me.
It's always weird when you're like, oh, okay, that was weird.
I guess I figured that out though.
Yeah. That made me in Tulsa. There was like a guy who was being real sketchy, like scoping me out.
Yeah.
I was also being sketchy, but he was scoping me out, and I was like, this guy seems weird. And then he's like walking up, and I'm like, all right, this guy's definitely like up to something. And in my mind, I was like, maybe he's like a homeless guy asking for something. But I'm clearly like homeless. Like in his read, I'm like I'm changing my like clothes. Like I'm parked in a like bad part of town, actively like changing my clothes and like eating food out of like a trunk. Like
you're not up on your luck.
I'm not a man that you're asking for cash.
No.
So then this guy's like coming up, and then it's like I'm like, oh, this guy's up no good. So I just happen to be like, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna get my car and drive away. Yeah. And then I get in the car, and he keeps coming up, and then I like turn to drive, and I sort of pass him, and then I just go, hey man, do you need anything? And then as soon as as you realize I'm talking to him, he like turns and like skedaddles.
You scared him out of robbing you.
But like he was like interested in me, but it was that thing where it's like, oh, he didn't know I was watching him. He had no idea that I had eyes on him.
Did not know how to be inconspicuous.
Yeah, I really think that'd be funny if I got robbed in Tulsa.
Yeah, that sounds like a country song.
Robbed in Tulsa.
That's the next.
No, I've been hiding my money. All it says is the most like Great Depression-y thing ever.
Been hiding your money.
I've been hiding on the road because I get all this cash.
Yeah.
And I don't. The bank don't need no. So I'm a cash man. Just give it to him.
Do you give it to your girlfriend and have it deposited in her account?
I just have cash and bury the No, I have. No, I do. Yeah. But also, I just mostly buy cash, spend things in cash.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. When I was still working, I never put money in the bank.
Yeah, but then so I'll be on the road and I'm like, I don't want to put all this money in the bank, so I've started just putting it in like small bags scattered around my car. So I'm like, oh, if there's someone breaks in my car, they'll look in the glove box, and then maybe they'll look in the center console, but they're not gonna look under the.
Do you think someone would steal your cooler?
Good question.
Because you have a nice cooler.
Yeah, but it's bulky.
It's a hard thing to steal. And also, if you're going to take that, that's all you're taking because it is big.
It is big. You can only really get that, and then you can put stuff on top of it, but it usually slides around when you're carrying the cooler.
Good. You're going to drop some of it. You should do what I used to do.
Chain the cooler to my penis.
Chain the cooler to your penis so it gets bigger. Or at least longer.
Yeah, so my penis is cool.
No, you should do what I used to do and eat a pint, like a half pint of Ben & Jerry's.
Eat my money.
And poop it out later.
Yeah.
Poop your money out. Eat it, shove it in a condom in your ass.
Yes.
And then every time you poop, take it out and clean it off, put it back in.
That'd
Actually, you don't even need to clean it, to be honest.
No, that's actually the condom thing alone's a pretty good idea. That'd be a good way to like drop public drug deals.
Yeah.
It's like, put the cocaine in this condom, and I'm going to leave it on the street corner. And then you come up with $3,000 cash in another condom. Because someone's going to walk down the street and be like, oh, a condom, I'm going to pick that up.
If it was full of money, they would.
Yeah, but even then, I don't know.
I would.
That would be a social experiment.
That would be a great one.
Yeah.
Fuck the Social Network. I want to see the social
Let's go get a lazy boy and park it outside of a bar and
start shitting out money.
Yeah. What would you bet you put it inside Ben & Jerry's in the cooler?
Well, I would eat it and then clean the container out. And then my whole thing was like, well, if someone tries to rob me, first of all, are they even going to look in the freezer? Second of all, are they going to what? They want a couple bites of ice cream?
I would steal that.
They're in the middle of
you got to get a shittier ice cream.
That's true. Bluebell.
Yeah, why do you go with the best ice cream?
Kroger brand.
Kroger brand. Kroger, low fat, no sugar.
Strawberry.
No.
Do you like strawberry?
Natural flavors. No, strawberry is a good flavor.
I don't mind it, but.
Yeah, that is true. I like how you're like, I put in something no one wants. Good ice cream.
Yeah, but he's a robber. He's in a hurry.
Do you don't think a robber likes a sweet treat?
I don't think this robber is in the mood for treats. He's nervous. He's scared. He's going to get caught. I think his sweet tooth is unactivated at the time.
We knew it was him because we found a spoon in his pocket.
What kind of spoon? Rusty?
No, it's your spoon.
Rusty and
that was the evidence. Fire. Was he got?
No.
He got
strawberry
caught
residue
with your spoon. Like, why do you have Eric Sorgel's spoon?
Well, then why do you have, Your Honor, bring up the spoon from Simply Thai and compare it to Eric's kitchen spoon? And my boss is like, you son of a bitch!
Yeah.
I knew someone was taking the silverware.
I thought you were telling me you get Ben and Jerry's, you eat half of it, you put the money in that, and then you just have like a moldy, melted ice cream pint
you
in your car with money.
You bag up the money and you scoop out the leftover ice cream. You put it back on top.
There
and
you
then
go.
even if the robber is like, you know what, I would like a bite. They take one bite, they don't even see the money.
This tastes like money.
This tastes like green gold, baby.
That's the name of the flavor. It's Willie Nelson's Green Gold.
Willie Nelson should have his own flavor.
He
of Ben and
did.
Jerry's. He did.
I hate when I do that, when my brain's like, ooh, for an example, you should use that one that you know already is. You know,
Was it called Green Gold?
No, it was a peach cobbler. It was before I ever had Ben and Jerry's. It was when I was a kid. It was when I just knew it from the trade magazines. Well, I read both country and western magazines and ice cream
Yeah, Ice
magazine.
Cream Weekly.
But, no, I remember Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, the Americone Dream.
Yes, so they introduced 2 new celebrity flavors. And it was Stephen Colbert's Americone Dream and Willie Nelson's like peach cobbler.
Yeah.
And that was when Stephen Colbert and the Colbert Report would do all those weird stunts.
Yeah.
So his thing was, he's like, we need to make it the best-selling ice cream, and we
Yes.
need to make Willie Nelson's ice cream the worst. So he's like, go buy this and go like hide Willie Nelson's ice cream.
Put those in the back of
Throw it in the trash. Don't pay. You're just telling people to steal. He's like,
Take it.
steal it and throw it in the
Steal.
trash. No, but I remember that. And I remember being at the time like, I want to try both ice creams, but all I get is a generic vanilla.
Yeah. Not even chocolate.
My dad eats the good stuff. No, we would get good ice cream, but just not nice brands.
Mint chocolate chip.
Yeah, whatever flavor. Name a flavor.
Strawberry?
Sure.
Fudge.
Often
tracks.
in a Neapolitan
Moose
context.
tracks.
Moose tracks. I never got into
Neapolitan,
those.
I'm not a fan of.
I could never keep track of all of the like.
Moose tracks has got too much.
They're like
going on.
Moose Tracks, Rocky Road, Raccoon
Birthday.
birthday, yeah, like
Raccoon
Bear
birthday
Claw,
cake.
like Wolf Tail, like what the? I don't know what any of this shit is. I'm not an outdoorsman.
Possum cherry.
And I don't think, I don't think this is what the outdoorsmen were eating. I don't think anyone's eating this flavor. Ice cream flavors
Next
should
up,
all
we
be
got
like.
beaver tongue.
Ice cream flavors should all be like, servants brought me cherries. Yeah, that's the origins of ice cream. Some rich fucker.
Yeah.
It should all be like peaches from the
Peaches from
the beautiful Isles.
Peaches from my father's plantation.
Yeah, that probably was the name of the flavor. Willie Nelson's peaches from my father's plantation.
Willie Nelson's dad probably owned slaves.
Willie Nelson's dad was born in 1811. Willie Nelson's, I'm pretty sure it's Willie Nelson, but his kids are in a band, and they just back up Neil Young.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good gig.
Willie
You can
Nelson's
get it.
kids' bands are Neil
Isn't that
Young's.
what John Mayer does now? He's just like, I tour with the dead.
He's in the Grateful Dead.
Which is so weird.
Yeah.
Because he's so lame.
It's weird 'cause it seems like that guy's 2 priorities in life are like having sex with women who are just turned legal.
Just there on the finish line.
And then playing music that old
John Mayer's
men
dream
like.
job is like working the door at prom and just checking everyone's ID and taking notes.
It's only a matter of time.
Like, I will call you in 3 months and 14 days.
It's only a matter of time where John Mayer marries Bob Weir's daughter.
Probably why he's in the band.
Probably is why he's in the band.
It was her idea.
Yeah.
Bob Weir just don't know yet.
That's so funny that they were like, hey, Grateful Dead, we're winding down. Jerry's dead. We're going to...
Oh, wait, John Mayer wants to be in the band?
No, that's not even what happened.
Keep going.
First, they went, all right, we're doing our farewell shows. We're going to get the guy from Fish.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Trey
like Jam Band,
Anastasio.
he's this, yeah, so he'll be the thing. And then they were like, hey, these shows were pretty successful. We need a person who's bigger.
Not that guy though.
We can't just.
I mean, that is the dream collaboration for their fan base, which is large.
John Mayer?
No, Trey Anastasio.
No, I think Fish fans are different. I don't really know much, but I listened to a podcast about Fish, and it implied that their fans
analyzing fish or whatever the fuck. With,
no, I listened to
Scott
a one
and the other
episode.
guy?
No, I forgot that that's a thing though. No, I listened to an episode of this podcast called Bandsplaining.
Yeah. You got a lot of time on your hands, huh?
Well, I'm driving. I was just on the road for like
I
12 days in the heat. I was in the hot heat.
Just so in the heat, it really.
No, Eric, I was in the hot heat.
You were in
I
the
joined
hot
that
heat.
band
I-
2005.
Briefly.
In the middle of nowhere. I played
Da-da-da-dee-da-da.
I played keys and did unenthusiastic background vocals. That's how I got booted out. No, you're driving and you're like, I'll listen to
Someone talk about fish. For
I'll
an
learn
hour
what's
and a
the
half.
deal with Jane's addiction. And
What
an
is
hour
the
and a
deal
half.
with Jane's addiction?
Oh boy. Restart the tape, Eric. We got a second up.
We are at an hour and a half. If you want
No,
to
I know,
stop
I'm-
and take a break and do another one, or if you just want to stop.
You want to stay? You want to do another one tomorrow or the next day?
Man,
And I'll tell you about Jane's
I'm
addiction.
literally not doing anything ever. So
No, Jane's addiction. I'll say that because there, so much of that band is just like that was before like alternative culture was like mainstream. So people didn't know about. So it was lumped in.
people didn't know what addiction was back then.
Well, not even no, but like people didn't know like you could have an earring and not be gay.
Oh,
Like that type of shit. Like literally, like, whoa, this guy has a tattoo
Of a snake.
of a snake.
With an eye.
Whoa.
With his eyes poked out.
This guy he's a white guy, but he's doing yoga, like that type of shit. So Jane's addiction was
What's
just
this honky doing stretching?
yeah, exactly. So Jane's addiction was just that. It was just the way that people are like, we go to Grateful Dead shows to like buy acid in the parking lot.
Yeah.
People are like, we'll go to Jane's addiction shows to meet a bisexual girl.
Oh.
And no, the person was describing it. They're like, yeah, because people forget in '90s alternative culture early on, it was much more open and it wasn't just music. Like you'd go to a thing and there'd be like music, and then like Tibetan monks, and then like a place where you could get like tattoos, and then another booth where someone would shave you for $5.
Shave.
And in this 2.5
Like
hour
your face?
podcast, I don't know, but in the 2.5 hour podcast, that lady said the example of shaving you
It sounds like it's a
3 different times. Maybe you think shaving the pubis?
I think maybe they're shaving.
One of the
pubic
times she
bone.
implied it was a shaved into a mohawk,
Okay.
but I think it was just shaving.
I think, I mean.
But imagine you're like a 50-year-old woman talking like a 40-year-old woman on a podcast, and you're like, people need to know, man, alternative culture was cool.
different. You could get a shave.
You could get a shave.
Sounds like someone talking about the 50s.
I know. You could go see Jane's Addiction, and then there'd be like a guy breathing fire. You could get a shave.
You can
There'd
get
be
a
an
nice
internet
shave,
kiosk.
shoe shine.
Internet kiosk. And someone would teach you how to tie dye. It's a different time, man.
Your suit tailored. They'd bring it in the back. Because you lost a little bit of weight. You've been living off nothing.
They'd have a booth where you'd bring in a just 2x4, and they had all the tools. You could build
You
stuff.
could go to the rope. You could go to the rope store.
Rope swing. Lollapalooza doesn't have tire swings anymore.
You could go somewhere to get your oil changed. Free oil changes in the parking lot. It was all about the community, man.
They used to have like a hot incubator where if you had eggs, you could put them there. You'd
free
incubate the
chicken.
eggs, and then by the end of the festival, you'd have a chicken.
You got a whole chicken.
90s culture is just different.
It's different now.
No, Perry Farrell was like 26, and then he was hanging out with a bunch of like 15-year-olds.
15?
Well, he was dating a 13-year-old. So obviously,
Oh.
yeah. So he's hanging out with her older friends.
Yeah, her cool older
And then he
friends.
goes, hey, why don't we start a band? Me, and then these young people, and then my 13-year-old girlfriend will hang out with us. So then all those Jane's Addiction songs everyone likes are just about 26-year-olds. 13. It's okay, though, because she died by the time she was 18 of drug abuse.
There's no way. Yeah, she can't press charges.
It's because I know you're thinking, you're like, well, that stinks. That girl's going to grow up and have a hard adult life. She's not. Good news.
Good news.
Good news.
Dead. All she had was a tough childhood.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Having a bad childhood? Welcome to America.
Everyone has a bad childhood.
Welcome to fucking America.
Get over it.
Bad adulthood? A little less common.
Perry Farrell took like nude plaster casts of you for his weird art rock albums. I mean, you had that. I didn't have the bike I wanted to have as a kid.
Listen. We never had pay channels.
Yeah. Yeah. My parents get HBO as soon as I leave the house. Coincidence?
I think not.
Yeah. No, man, but then it's a fun little after thing to that, which I don't even know how this came up in his world. Perry Farrell later learned that girl was his estranged cousin.
Nice. He didn't give her fuck any.
So that guy created Lollapalooza.
Did he really?
Yeah, so I guess you know what I mean. Harvey Weinstein is allowed to give us Miramax movies.
Everything works out in the end.
I guess you know what.
That's proof that everything works out in the end.
That's proof that. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go get a shave.
There's a Jane's Addiction show. They're playing at the fair this year. So I'm gonna go get shaved at the fair.
No, the fair is some wild people playing. We already missed Foghat though.
Fuck.
You know it's Foghat. You pronounced it wrong.
All right.